Good people, guess who's back? It's me. Yes, I am back with a whole bunch of updates. So let me go ahead and get started. For everybody that's new, I'm Tasha with Tasha's Best Life. I had created this channel like 5 years ago. It was more like a lifestyle channel with Trader Joe's hauls, just whatever. It was a hodgepodge of stuff. And I'm back. I have a lot has changed, and so I just kind of want to go ahead and give you guys kind of that update, right? So, all right. So what has happened in the last, I guess, 4 or 5 years? So last time I checked in, y'all knew I retired from the service. I was in the Air Force. I served 21 years. This March, I'm gonna be retired for 5 years, and it has flown by, and I still feel like new all the time. Like it's still new to me. So anyway, of course, I told y'all I had got a role at LinkedIn, and that's gonna be part of my update because I'm no longer there. But like I said, let's kind of just go ahead and get started. So I was impacted by a layoff at LinkedIn, November of 2024. And at that time, I was there for 3.5 years. So one of the things I kind of figured out or discovered about myself is that being in an office is not for me. And although leaving the government was it was good to leave, and it was good to go to something else that was completely opposite of that, right? So I would say that I did enjoy the first 1.5 years of the corporate life experience. I did. It was new. And then, like any other job, it started to get a bit weird, like really weird. So weird where part of that, my manager ended up being pretty much wrongfully terminated. Again, a whole nother story. But I realized I was like super miserable. That's what it was, right? I was super miserable. And so when that layoff happened, actually I had started looking for jobs before the layoff happened. And so part of me was just like, you know what? It's flexible. You go into the office twice a week, but the work was not working for me. I was miserable every day. I had high anxiety. It was really impacting my mental health. And I think a big part of that was not really being connected to what I wanted to do. And so that's when I realized, damn, I'm still transitioning from the service. Still don't know what I want to do. So the layoff happens. I'm happy. I am. I'm relieved. And I know that and that should have been my first indicator that I'm already relieved, right? So when it happened the day after Veterans Day, out of all days. So November 12th, 2024. And again, I wasn't too upset or heartbroken. I was more concerned about my team, but all that to say, when that happened, I'm like, great, cool, right? I will use the rest of the year. I'm just going to take 2 months off and then just come back into 2025 ready to go, right? And so the year, the end of the year, the holidays come and go. We get to 2025 and I'm like, yeah, I guess it's probably time for me to see what's out there. So I updated the resume, started working with an employment coach, and then I'm just sitting here like, no, I don't want to go back. But at the same time, it's just, I feel like we're conditioned to do things like that, right? So 2 months later, so this is March, fast forward to March of 2025. I end up going on a trip to Hawaii because one of my good friends was retiring from the service. So part of that trip when I was there, I got to reconnect with my very first supervisor in the Air Force, her best friend, which ended up being my friend, the one that retired. That was her first supervisor in the Air Force too. So small world, but I ended up seeing her and we were catching up just on just everything, right? And so I told her what was going on with me, and she was like, have you thought about starting a business. I'm like, not interested. Like, soon as she said business, I was like, get out of my face. I don't even want it. But I mean, since we're talking, tell me what you do. And she was like, I have a travel business. Okay, now we're talking. And then she was like, you know, everything that I'm doing now, like this whole trip, because she had her mom and she had her nephew with her, she was like, this is a write-off. What you mean a write-off? Right? So so after a few conversations with her, fast forward, I ended up becoming a travel advisor, and I started I own a travel business now. And so when I went into it, for me, this was a no-brainer. You know, for me to just kind of do this, I love to travel. I don't know if I've mentioned that before on the channel, but I love to travel. 21 years of the service I was in, 14 years of it was spent overseas. So part of that too, being overseas, I used to come up with the itineraries for my friends. I used to plan all this stuff. Like, I got fulfillment out of that. So for me, that was a no-brainer. And part of this too, right, with the layoffs and kind of, you know, some self-discovery, was like, I need something else. So I enrolled back in school. So I'm a full-time student as well. And I will graduate at the end of this year, at the end of November to be exact. And the plan is to roll into a graduate degree program after, and I'm over here just having fun. So the big part of what I've enjoyed so far, well, let me slow down because my brain is everywhere. So last year, you know, I made a couple bookings as a travel advisor, and there's another side to it where you can help other people achieve residual income as well too, by giving them a travel business. And I'm just like, no, I'm not really interested in that. I just want to book travel. That's all I want to do. And I want to travel as well. And so what I did at the end of last year was take a deeper dive into what this was about. And I realized, I went to the convention. There's a convention that happens with my host agency as well too. So I went to this convention and I sat here and I was like, you know what? I could really do this. If I take the time, if I sit here and really put the effort in, I can do this. I have the skills. I have it. And I have the experience, but what's that going to look like, right? And so I decided in 2026 that I am going to be a full-on travel. I am 1000% in full gusto with this business. And part of that too is relaunching my YouTube channel, Tasha's Best Life. So I am going to be doing this full time. I'm completely out of my comfort zone, but that's the beauty of it. And it made me realize, I understand now why people quit these high paying six-figure jobs, or whatever a good salary is for y'all. I understand why people quit this and start their own passions and stuff. So the last month so far has been great. It really has. And I have created the logo. I have been out doing outreach in the community, meeting other business owners, and it is just a part of me that I'm just truly enjoying. And I want to share that with you all. So this is also going to include the traveling that I'm doing, what my day looks like, you know. So it's I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it scared. And I will say, for the first time in the last 15 months since this layoff, I'm not stressed. I don't have anxiety. It's gone. Well, I still have anxiety, but it's just lessened. Like, I feel a bit more purposeful where I didn't before in the corporate space. So all that to say is that you're going to see this face all the time now, and just be prepared for whatever I'm about to bring. I'm bringing the craziness, I'm bringing the fun, and it's just something where I'm just taking a chance on myself. So, and I want to also use this platform for people who also may feel like they're in the same predicament as well, to do the same. So if I'm able to at least reach one person, we're doing something, right? So yeah, I look forward to, you know, kind of letting you guys behind the scenes on what it's like to be a business owner in the travel space. So I am truly looking forward to sharing this journey with you guys, and more to come.